guys, what is up? It's your boy Hero Brian. Check it out, today I'm going to be showing you how to build your very own Minecraft cake factory. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. We're going to start off by digging out our 14x14 floor and filling that up with quartz blocks. Once your floor is made, you can grab smooth red sandstone and outline the floor, and this will be the start of your wall. When you come around to the front wall where your doors will be, you could go ahead and leave the center 2 blocks open and outline that, like so. So starting with one of the corners of the build, we're going to raise the red sandstone 3 more blocks higher, and on top of that we'll add another 4 layers of concrete powder. Then we're going to fill in the wall 3 layers of red sand. Right above your door, we're going to place 2 blocks of red sand, and leaving a 2 block space on the left and right side, we're going to place another 2 blocks of red sand on both sides. It should look something like this. We're going to add a layer of white concrete powder on top of the wall. Now we can fill 2 layers of that with white wool. We're going to fill up the final layer of this wall with white concrete powder, and you have your first wall made. So you can copy that same pattern for the other 3 walls and exclude the doorway. Once your walls are finished, you can grab acacia doors and place 2 of them in the front. So for the ceiling, we're going to fill up the entire top layer with white wool. So I placed down a cake block, and using red stained glass, I mimicked the pattern of the cherries on top of the cake. Moving on to the inside, we're going to grab our sea lantern, place it in the ground, and on top of that we'll place a white stained glass and a block of quartz on top and a row of block of quartz on the side. On top of the row of block of quartz we'll place a row of pistons. So you should have a 1 block space in between this build and the wall, so you could still walk around the build. So we're going to place block of quartz on top of the pistons and another row in front of that. Skipping our first block of quartz, we're going to place a row of redstone in the front. Then we're going to go to the back and break this piston and place another piston facing upward. And on top of that we'll place a sand block and a furnace beside that facing us. Right beside that sand block we're going to break the block of quartz and place a redstone comparator, turn it on, and in front of that we'll place 2 blocks of quartz and redstone on both of them. Then facing the other way we're going to place a redstone repeater. We're going to place exactly 14 pieces of sugarcane in the ingredient box in our furnace. Then we're going to move to the front and break the bottom row of quartz blocks right below the pistons facing us. and we're going to fill that in with water. And directly in front of that, we're going to place a row of sand. Now you can plant your sugarcane on the sand, and breaking the front side of the quartz and the right side, we're going to replace it with hoppers facing left. To make sure your hoppers are directly connected to each other, make sure you are crouching. At the very start of our hoppers, we can go ahead and place a double chest. This is where all our farming ingredients will go to. Starting from the right side, we're going to place another row of quartz blocks, and below that we're going to place a row of glass panes in between the quartz blocks and the hoppers. This should prevent your sugarcane from flying all over the place when being harvested. Going around to the back, we're going to place a block of quartz and white stained glass below our furnace, and beside our sand block we're going to place a block of quartz, and around to the other side we're going to extend our white stained glass to the very end and place a block of quartz underneath that. On top of our white stained glass, we're going to place one block of water at the very start, and if done correctly it should stop before it falls onto the hoppers. Right above the water blocks, we're going to create a row of signs, and we're going to stop right before the last block of water, and we're going to use block of quartz to outline a row of signs. Moving to the top section, we're going to place down block of quartz in a teeth-like pattern. And we're going to fill up a row of water right above our signs. You can now fill the top section with quartz slab and fill up the windows with white stained glass. Coming to our window on the right side, we're going to place a block of quartz and a trapdoor on the side of it and break the block of quartz. This will create an opening and closing window effect. Now we could throw all our chicken eggs inside of the water, and they will just float there and lay eggs, and there's your chicken farm. Moving on to the top left corner of our factory, we're going to place a block of quartz 3 blocks away from the left wall up against the back wall, placing a comparator right behind it facing the wall, turning it on, 2 redstone dust on the side, 1 redstone dust on the block of quartz 2 behind, block of quartz above the comparator, and another redstone dust on top of that, and we'll place another block of quartz beside that redstone dust and another redstone dust on top of that. Beside that quartz block, we're going to place 3 dispensers facing inward. Block of quartz in between the dispensers on the ground, and we'll place 2 redstone dusts on top of the dispenser in the back and the block of quartz on the right. Make sure you crouch in placing it on the dispenser. We'll cover up the other 2 dispensers with block of quartz and fill in the center block with a sea lantern. We can now cover up the front with quartz blocks and a quartz slab on the bottom. And we could come around to the back and fill up the empty gaps with more quartz blocks. And I chose to put sea lanterns down here with white stained glass on top just for another light source. On the left side, I chose to leave a 2-block opening for our doorway, so we could go inside and check up on our machine if we need to. And on the right side, we'll just cover it all up with quartz blocks, finishing up the wall. We could place a lever right beside our quartz slab, and we could turn it on, and if you hear the ticking noise, then it's working. Coming around to the back, we're going to place a slab of quartz on the ground and one behind the quartz block below the dispenser. Then we're going to grab water and a grass block. I'm going to place the grass block on the furthest block and water behind it. It should look like something like this from the front. We can now cover the top two corners of the ceiling with quartz blocks, and below that I chose to place end rods to give more light source. Moving on to the bottom left corner of our factory, we're going to create a 5x5 grass area, and we're going to enclose it with acacia fence blocks. You can place 2 acacia fence gates right here like so. For your final farm, we're going to put our cows in here, and I chose to put water in there so they could have a place to swim. Alright, so now that your cake factory is almost complete, you can go ahead and decorate it. I have decorated mine like so, but I'm not going to show you because it took a long time to decorate. I will, however, show you how to build a cake banner, which you can use to place anywhere in your cake factory. It'll be a nice decoration. And after that, I'll show you how to use your cake factory and operate it so you could be making cakes. So to start off with making our cake banners, we're going to pause the game and go to our user interface, and we're going to turn on classic crafting. You're going to want to grab a white banner, some bone meal, some red dye, some cocoa beans, and some brick. We're going to place our white banner on the bottom middle column, red dye in the center, and brick on the middle left column. Banner on the bottom center column, bone meal on the top 2 left and right columns. Banner on the top middle column, and 6 cocoa bean under it. Banner on the bottom center column, orange dye on the top 3 columns. Banner in the center, surrounding it with orange dye. Banner in the top middle column, orange dye on the bottom 3 columns. Your banner is now finished. So I was messing around with a few different options and found out you can make a long cake and a wide cake, but I thought this cake was the cutest. But feel free to mess around with the banner yourself. Time to test out our factory to make sure it works properly. We're going to grab our seeds and go to the wheat machine. Make sure you use the hoe to till the grass so we could plant our seeds. With the machine turned on, we're going to plant the seeds and constantly break it. So if you have a controller, you would be holding the left trigger while pressing the right trigger. Or if you're using a mouse and keyboard, you would be holding the place button while constantly pressing the punch button. You can now grab your buckets and milk the cows. You can now gather the rest of your ingredients and create your cake. Alright, your cake factory is now complete. So if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. And if you would like to stay connected with my channel and my future videos, please hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell notification. So I wanted to just say one last thing before you wrap up this video. My old YouTube name used to be ZChatoHD, and I haven't recorded a video in 5 years. But now that I'm returning, I'd like to know what you guys would like to see on this channel. I am thinking of recording more Minecraft videos, but I'd also like to expand this channel into Fortnite. I'm really liking that game right now. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Other than that, you guys take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time.